Welcome everybody to RECON. It is Tuesday, the 21st of April, and we've got a doozy for you. And this is going to be an interesting one. We're going to give you an opportunity to choose who you want to talk to. So, Kelly, you have it. In fact, I'm going to share here really fast. So give me the power to do that, please, Sherry. I want you guys to see this. This
Yes.
will
Wait.
also just put it in the chat. Is it in the chat? Kelly, go ahead and read it. Gosh darn it.
It's in.
It is, yeah. So today's scenario, you've submitted what you thought was a good offer to the list agent, and to your surprise, you've received an email stating that your offer was totally rejected. Who do you call next, and what is the conversation?
Right, there it is, you guys. That is your situation. You are totally shocked. You thought you had a good offer, and you get back buff kiss. So, who's on deck? Who's ready to go, Kelly?
Today, first, we have Robert Reneker with Don.
Okay.
All right. So I guess Don was my
Yeah, who do you want to call? You want to call the agent or you want to call the buyer first?
I would think I would call the agent first.
Good. All right. You call the agent. Ring, ring, go.
All right. Hey Don, this is Robert over at Your Story Realty. I see that you sent us an email rejecting our offer, and I just wanted to touch base and see what exactly your seller is telling you.
Actually, it's Kelly.
Kelly.
Kelly's going to be it.
Kelly,
Yeah,
go.
Kelly is the agent. Go.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
So Kelly, I'm just
You don't have to say it again. Kelly heard you. Go ahead, Kelly.
Well, the seller actually accepted another offer this morning. That's why we're not countering.
Okay. And so just out of curiosity, can you give me an idea so I can share with my buyer what exactly might have taken place that beat us out?
Well, it's it's not that you were beat out. We're just going to contract today.
Okay. So were we just too late to the game, or was their offer substantially better than ours that we weren't putting into consideration?
Well, we didn't even get your offer in time. We had already decided we're going to go under contract with this other offer we have.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Time. All right. Who's next? Robert, well, just hang on.
No problem.
We're going to run a couple of these. I was flat-footed on that too. All right. So next.
Next, we go Jose. Jose, who you calling? You calling your client or you calling the agent?
The client.
Okay, it's
Don, you're up.
Yep, go.
Don, I have some bad news for you. You ready?
What?
Let me give you some background. And you were aware of this when we submitted the offer. Called the listing agent and said, if you can do X, X, and X, we'll take your offer. And if we get anything new, higher than yours, we'll give you a courtesy call and let you know if you want to play ball or not. That didn't happen. And I got a text message this morning saying they went in a different direction.
Well, what's that mean?
No, they rejected that. You don't have to be on that scenario. They rejected your offer.
They rejected the offer.
Why?
Supposedly there was another one that was higher than ours that came in.
No, hang on. You can't use the other one. You can't use the other conversation. See, now this is the challenge you're going to have by calling the buyer first.
You don't have enough information.
So do you want to change your call?
I'm confused to role play.
Well, you can't use the previous role play and stack them. This is an individual call. The only information you have is you got an email. Your offer was rejected.
Yep.
That's it.
Okay.
That's all.
Okay.
So,
Don,
in other words, email, your offer was unilaterally rejected. You get to decide now who you call to figure out the next step.
Got it.
So call me. I'm going to be the agent this time as an example. Call me because you should probably start with the agent.
Hey, Denny, this is Jose with Keller Williams. Good morning.
Oh, I was expecting your call.
I'm glad you were expecting my call. Tell me what happened.
A little bit embarrassed, your offer came in really quite, I don't think it was like outlandish, it was not one that would put the seller on the ceiling, I thought, but they just went ballistic and they said no. And they said, just write rejected on it and we're not dealing with it.
Was it anything I did?
No, like I said, I mean, I don't, I've known you a long time and I said, look, this is a good guy, he's on his 10th rookie year. There's I'm shocked at what the seller did.
Was there a term in the offer that caused him to reject?
He didn't like any of it.
Hmm. Give me a minute while I collect my thoughts. Okay.
Time. Go ahead, Matt. Go ahead.
All right. So in this scenario, if I were to reverse the role play and I were to be the agent calling the listing agent, how they answer, keep in mind, guys, they can answer the phone with a couple different tonalities. Number one, if they're angry, that's ego. You have to be able to recognize that. If they're willing to talk to you, that tells me the seller was upset. Like if there's no anger in their voice. So the first call should always be to the agent when you get a unilateral rejection like this. Because you don't have enough information to call your client and then say, well, what do you want to do next? You follow me? You can't make that call because there might not be a next. So call the agent, and I joke with them. I'm like, Father, forgive me for, I know not what I do. I've sinned, and I just play with them a little bit if they're willing to play. Or I'll just call and say, hey, well, what gives? What gives? If they're willing to play. If they're not and they're upset, then you have to take the radical humility path, which is, man, I'm sorry. I bet that was a tough conversation. What do you feel we could have done different? Just keep it really short. That is all.
So one of two things will happen. So now we've kind of let the cat out of the bag. So you guys can alternate agent. But the agent, and I'm going to share a slide in a minute at halftime on some of the rules you should be following and keeping in mind here. So who's next? And most likely you're going to call an agent. We'll go back to Kelly, then alternate to Don because the seller's, the buyer is not in this conversation yet.
So next we have Ellie up.
Ellie and
Yeah.
Kelly, go.
If I were, I would have called the agent anyway. Kelly, sorry, ring.
Hello, it's Kelly.
Hi, Kelly. This is Ellie Tat with Keller Williams. I'm one of your offers. We spoke the other day about my clients.
I think he's going to know who you are based on the email you sent. You
Sometimes
won't have
they
to
do,
go.
sometimes
Here, you know what?
sometimes they don't.
I'd like to be the agent. I'm the agent, Kelly. Yeah, I got it. I got it, Ellie.
Okay.
I'm speechless. I don't even know what to say to you. Why did you even write that offer?
What do you mean? Can you tell me more about it?
We got the offer, and my clients didn't even want me to respond to you, but I did so out
Was
of
it that
respect.
bad? Was it that bad? Which term from that offer? Because it seems like a very,
Slow down.
Do you see why I gave you the feedback earlier? You're on the phone with one of those right now. So what do you, like Denny said, slow down. Yeah, they got your offer, Ellie, and I presented it to them. I'm surprised I still have a listing.
So what exactly are your clients' expectations? Because from our perspective, the offer was very good align with the market and all the comps around.
They didn't feel that way, and frankly, I don't even know what to say to you right now. I don't even know if my clients would want to hear from your clients again.
Wow.
I appreciate that. That's very tough. But is there anything that we can change that will make your clients?
Now you're on a little bit of a path. All right, we'll call it there, Matt. I'll give it you the lead.
Sorry, Kelly, I had to take your thunder because these guys need to have they need to know what these conversations sound like, and that I have had that many times. And Ellie, what you did is exactly what most agents do. They either start to ramble or they get aggressive. You did the former. You did the rambling. Well, what about let the first word be your breath. Take a breath. Don't say anything. The first person that talks loses. And then
Yeah.
you could do what you did at the end, at the beginning. Man, Matt, it sounds like a really tough conversation. And I apologize that if I put you in that scenario. Can I ask you one question before we let each other go? Would your clients be open to hearing from my clients again?
So, Sherry, go ahead and give me the host. So I'm going to share a couple different rules as we go forward. Okay. Share. Here we go. Got a couple of tips for you. Number one, just to remind you guys, on this week, we're going on a different schedule. Our mastery will be on Friday. No recon per se. It's recon mastery, 9:30 to 10:30. So we have a whole fun hour on Fridays. That's a lot of F words. And if you want to see the recording of these things, it's going to be on a mastery, my YouTube channel, the Mastery Real Estate. Here's what I'm going to share with you. This is the mastery level thinking that I want you when these scenarios come up. Remember, conflict is transactional, not personal. One of the worst things, and Matt's already brought it up, one of the worst things that you're going to experience, and don't never go into ego. You're going to deal with it enough. You don't have to lay that card because there are no enemies. Although the hardest transaction you will have will not be a stubborn buyer or seller. It will be the opposite agent with ego. Agree with that, Matt?
150%.
Number next, embrace the code of contact between agents. My favorite saying is, look, and I say this all the time in my co-broke activities. Look, buyers and sellers will come and go, but you and I have to do business together for decades. And so I always, and the higher up you go, you go to humility, not ego.
Mm-hmm.
And when I see an ego agent, I know that's one that's inferior.
Mm-hmm.
So I think of the Few Good Men. How can opposing attorneys? I mean, right at the end of that, I mean, Tom Cruise turns to Kevin Bacon after that scene. He says, "Jack." I mean, they have a personal relationship, yet they're adversarial. Why? Because it's transactional, not personal. And the last one is this: be solution focused. And determine where the solution or where the problem of the transaction's coming in. And if you have ego involved, I bet you, Matt, 80% or 90% of the problem is coming from the agent, not the seller.
Yeah, and a lot of times that you don't even know what was conveyed. Well, you'll never know really what was conveyed, or how it was conveyed. And that's the problem of ego. I'm going to say one thing and we'll move on to the next role play. Guys, there's no award for being right in this. No award. You're not going to win an award because you were right or you won the argument. You won the argument, you lost the war. It's over. And then you burn the relationship with that agent. So humility, regardless of regardless of the person that answers that phone, like I just did with Ellie, humility will win. Because they can't because you're not taking the bait to the argument you were invited to. Just because you got invited to a fight doesn't mean you have to take the invitation.
There you go. Right. So who's next?
So powerful. Thanks, Matt, for that. Denny, too. Susan Miller, you're up. Susan Mullen, my fault. Susan Mullen.
And I'm with Don.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm calling the agent.
Yep.
Ring, ring.
And Don Aldrich with Keller Williams.
Hey, Don, it's Susan Mullen. How are you?
Fine. What can I do for you?
I'm just calling to see if we could have a quick conversation on the offer I submitted yesterday.
Well, it can be pretty quick. The seller rejected it. You got the email, didn't you?
I did get the email. Yes, thank you. And I'm sorry if we put you in a tough spot with your seller there.
Oh, you didn't put me in a tough spot. You just
Yeah. You wouldn't know
obviously
that yet. You wouldn't
you
know that
don't.
yet.
Yeah, you don't. The offer wasn't good enough. I can't believe it was written that low. Neither can my seller, so they just rejected it.
All right. Well, I am sorry for that. What could you tell me would have made it a better offer?
Oh, full price. You see, it's only been on the market a few days.
Okay. And were there any other terms that the sellers were upset with?
No, everything else could be worked out, but once they saw that price, and once I saw that price, I told them this is ridiculous. We can get more from another buyer, so we'll just reject it, go right back to the market. But
So I'll
thanks.
this is Tuesday, so Matt's taking the lead, but I'm just going to give you a knuckle bump, Susan, for going to where are the points of agreement? Are there any? I mean, it was flat out rejected, but then you went to a point, well, I didn't ask for the avocado green refrigerator in the garage. Is that okay? I mean, what can you build on, Matt?
Yeah, find out what well, this is a little bit difficult because you don't know how far they got in the presentation of the offer. So you got to find that out. Because I've had it before where I say the price, conversation's done. So find out, like you did, Don, what could we agree on here? What do we disagree on? What could we agree on? And then if it's about the price that we completely disagree on, right? Be brutally honest with me, Don, and you can use honest in this case. Be brutally honest with me, Don. Would they even be open to hearing from my clients again? Or should we just move on to another home? Then you have enough information to go back to your client.
That was going to be my next question before I ran out of time.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, yeah, I would think, Matt, that unless the agent is really pissed off, a good agent can rein the seller in.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, particularly if you think you've written a good offer and they're upset. In fact, we've got a question. We can cover it in 5 or 10 minutes after on our overtime that Mario put in. So make note of that question. So when we go off, I guess when we go off recording, we'll still have the chat. We'll get into that after at the top of the hour, Mario. I would think I haven't had many times, Matt, where you write what you think is a good offer and the seller's so upset about it they don't even want to hear from the buyer again.
No, that's typically the agent.
Yes.
It's when I'll keep this really quick. Denny, remember that email I sent you from that one agent on the island? Yeah. And she sent me a 35-minute dissertation email on why my clients are stupid and why I'm stupid and why I need to be educated. That's all the agent.
We'll go to the next one, but when you get a dissertation email from an agent that is long and lengthy and oh my gosh, Stephen Kingish, it's ego driven.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
There is no
100%.
reason for someone to write a book to you. None.
Mm-hmm.
Next.
I thought I saw Fan on here earlier, so Fan, you want to go?
Welcome back, Fan.
Sure, I'll go.
Let's see how much Rusty's got.
Who I'm
Go.
talking to?
Kelly.
Calling me.
Hey, Callie. I know you're waiting for my call.
Yeah, what's up, man?
Yeah, I'm just trying to find out. I saw the straight rejection from the offer. Is there anything that we can get to the win-win?
I mean, your offer was 30 grand under list with a financing contingency that had a 60-day close. It's just not going to work.
Okay. How can we tweak it to make sure that both parties are happy?
Well, be serious
That's
about
a
the offer.
tweak.
I'm sorry.
Be serious
said
about
that's-
the offer. We
I'm
don't think you're
sorry,
serious.
I'm interrupting. I'm laughing out loud because that's a tweak. Keep going. I'm sorry, fan. I messed you up. Keep going.
Uh, I'm sorry, Kelly. What did you say again?
Be serious about the offer. I'm not going to walk my seller through every low ball that comes across the desk.
Okay, okay. So so you're talking about lowball, right? Uh, so is there is there amount that in seller's mind that's willing to entertain, or you're telling us we should like kind of just go for the next one and leave this?
Well, if you come back at list with clean terms, then I'll bring it to my seller. Anything less than that, just don't bother.
What do you mean by clean?
Time. Matt.
So 30, they were $30,000 less and 60-day close, financing contingency. In this case, I just ask a simple question. Which was the worst medicine for them to take?
Right.
Because he gave you a couple there, right? It's just like when we're at the table with the seller. Okay, other than that. Okay, well, which was the worst medicine for them to try to swallow? And then you find out can we make amends here? Kelly was agreeable, so it wasn't him. We know that from that role play. So you just like Denny and I've talked about before, and then I'll go to Denny. You got to learn how to slice the turkey. What was the worst? Okay, and can we get over that, Denny?
Yeah, I actually thought Kelly came across a little bit more aggressive than he should have. Then he said, "Well, if you come around at full price, whatever." But yeah, I sense some ego-driven, some anger is probably the word, or frustration. If it were me, I would be talking to you like this. Listen, fan, listen. I mean, the house has been on the market like for a week, and you've come in 30 grand under asking price. I would be a little bit more, hey, look, I got to do business with you tomorrow, the next week, whatever. But Kelly was a little bit like, dude, are you like an idiot or something? You're 30 grand under. So I picked up on that. He did calm down a little bit. So when you sense that level of frustration or anger, in my opinion, this is just me speaking, there's never a reason for it, with the exception of the what do you call those robo offers? Or they're offered like 40%
the
of
investor
ask
offers.
price. Yeah. Now at that point, it kind of like get a little ticked off because I'm not even dealing with a person, I'm dealing with a machine. But I am never ugly with someone. I'll just say, dude, what are you thinking? Go ahead. Who's next? I'm never ugly though. I'm just never lose my cool.
Next, we have Whitney Brown. She's up.
All right, Witten done.
Don's the buyer or the lister or the agent?
Well, I don't think you want to call the buyer, do you?
No, to call the agent first.
Okay.
Don Aldrich, may I help you?
Yes, I got your email about the rejection. I was just calling to ask a couple questions. With the rejection, what was the worst offer that they had to take out of everything that we offered?
Well, thank you for writing the offer, Whitney. It's just, we're pretty new to the market, as you saw, but the offer was just 30 grand lower than what the list price is. So we just think we could probably do a little bit better.
That's fair. Are they open to even hearing from us again? And is there like a minimum threshold that they would entertain?
Well, they certainly would entertain full price. I don't know how realistic that is, but we've had a lot of interest, a lot of showings. Supposedly other agents going to be writing offers, so the seller just said, you know what, thanks, but this is it. They looked upon you as an investor, and that led to the outright rejection. So I should have called you, but thanks for calling in.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I mean, if they had a lot of offers and and a lot of showings. I mean, you
Time.
mentioned that the price was unrealistic.
Time, Whitney. Just really fast. He didn't say a lot of offers. He did say showing. So, Matt.
Right.
So in a scenario like in scenarios like we're role playing right here, guys, less is more. So I'm not, whenever I call, like if I were to call Denny on one of his listings, I'm not trying to get into a debate, and and I say debate just from a back and forth, right? It's not a lot of back and forth. All I want to do is find out, number one, is there ego involved? And you know that from the impetus, as soon as they pick up the phone, if there's ego involved. Okay, great, it's not ego. So I know, so you're saying there's a chance. You go back to Dumb and Dumber, right? When there's not ego involved. Then I just want to quickly find, well, what terms are we side by side on? Where are we aligned here? Where are we out of alignment? Okay, and if I sent this over in a better light, could you get me a response today?
Yes, good angle here. And Matt, I would say, all right, well, coach me. I'm talking to Matt now. He's a listing agent. Now, coach me on this. Okay, so you said we're 30 grand under. So I thought this was a pretty fair offer. What do you think, Matt? Now, forget about Matt being like 100 years in this business. Be the normal agent.
Yeah, I think if Denny, if you got me something, if we could half the 30, I think I could get you an answer.
Now that's the approach. Now again, that's the agent who wants to make a deal. I'm also realizing that it's really coming from the seller. I want to know right up front if the other agent's going to be the gatekeeper for me to get an offer through. I've got my hands full. In fact, probably will never win. And many times I've found out, Matt, that these are listing agents who own property in the same neighborhood, and what they're trying to do is protect the sales prices in their neighborhood for their own equity. So,
yep.
So, oh, by the way, if you ever get an offer that's totally ridiculous from a reputable agent, even a rookie agent, I think it's rude just to write rejected and no other explanation. Please don't do that. Say, hey, look, you can say it's rejected and that we didn't really find any place to really find any agreements, whatever.
Yeah.
The extra sentence would be nice because you just may ruin somebody's career if that's their first offer.
Right. So what I do, guys, right? You can write the sellers have chosen to reject your offer, and then space down, call me. That's what I like to do.
We have time for another one.
Next, we have Scott Bray. He's up with Don.
Ring.
Hey, I like this one.
Don Aldrich, may I help you?
Hey, Don, Scott Bray from Keller Williams. Hey, I got your email rejecting my client's offer on 123 Main Street. Just curious, did they accept another offer?
No, Scott. We've had a lot of interest because we're fairly new to the market, and the sellers just thought they think we're going to do better.
Have they seen any other written offers besides mine?
The only other ones we got were, the really lowball investors, 100,000 off list price. So you were the first real buyer.
I gotcha. And we're within striking distance of acceptance. I mean, did they reject us just on price, or were there terms that they didn't like? Or
I think because we got 3 or 4 investor offers that they just got in the habit of rejecting. When you came in 30,000 off the list price, a week on the market, they were just said, we can do better. So they got a little greedy, but
yeah, I understand. My guys are a little greedy too. So we were the best of the worst, huh?
That's a good way to put it. Sure.
Okay. So what are you expecting to get in the next couple of weeks? You got any warnings of offers that are going to come in?
Well,
you were right there. You were right there, and you let it go. You were right there.
Tell me.
I would say, well, all right. Well, tell me where I need to be.
Gosh, I think, Scott, if you came in halfway, you came in maybe 15, 16, 18,000 more, 10,000 more.
Anyway, now you have some direction.
Yeah.
I'll let Matt close it out. Here's the thing. that I picked up in that role play, Matt. The seller just got into the habit of having all these other offers coming in, low offers, and reject.
Mhm.
Now, there is an agent who is not controlling the seller.
Mhm.
There's no way I would allow that to happen
Right.
if you could get control of the seller. So
Mhm.
I hope you all picked up on that. Go ahead, Matt.
Mhm. Yeah, we're going to at least look at these. We're going to have prime example, guys. I don't use the as is contract. I use the FAR bar standard with repair limits. And realtors here don't like to use them use it because they don't know how they work. The as is the realtor easy button in Florida. And our as is in Florida isn't even an as is like other states. I got an offer, not on an as is. Remember, I don't accept them. And I called the agent and I said, hey, my clients aren't even going to consider this. But what I did was I called my clients and I said, hey, we got an offer on the bad contract. These are the terms. What do you want to do with this? And he said, yeah, we don't want that. But I still presented it to the client and then went back to the agent and said this, and this. So in the scenario like Don and Scott are role playing, when they, he said, we're the best of the worst. Best of the worst. Okay, well, what could we do? What do we need to do to at least get a response out of them? What do we need to do to at least get a response? And Scott, you be careful because you started using well, where are we at on terms or this or same thing when you're talking to an agent. Don't inject narrative into the conversation. Where are we aligned? Don, where are we aligned? And shut up. And then where are we out of alignment other than price? Because you might find out all you got to do is draw a line through the price and you're good.
Mhm. Right.
Well, we hit a new record here for a while. We're at 96. So before you guys go, we're going to have time if anyone needs to stay. I've got like 10 minutes or so. I can stay on overtime.